Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 BMW X3. Behind me, this is the X3 X-Line package or trim, and this one has the premium package. So let me go ahead and show you all the features this X3 has. Under the hood there is a 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers are 21 in the city, 28 highway, and 24 combined. Here is the MSRP sticker of this 2023 BMW X3. If you guys are interested in the packages and the standard features it has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price with destination is $53,395. If you guys are curious about the color is called Black Sapphire. It is a $650 option on this BMW X3. And for 2023 the X3 did not change, so basically it's just a carryover. And honestly, I don't really see a lot of X3s with this Black Sapphire. Coming to the front looks pretty good. I love the size of the grille on the X3, and it is finished in brushed aluminum. By the way, this one has the X-Line package, not the sport trim, so it won't have the aggressive bumpers and the aggressive front end. And for the headlights, everything right here in the front is LED, and that's expected from BMW. I love the way how the headlight housing looks like. It's not too big and it's not too small. I think it's the perfect size and it fits this X3 just perfect. There is a side vent right there. There is parking sensors in the front. I love this brushed aluminum trim in the bottom. There is a bottom grille, and there is a little bit of flat black or plastic in the bottom. And yeah, overall the front end of this X3 looks pretty good, and as you guys see, there is nice sharp lines on the hood. But let's go ahead and move to the side and I'll show you the side view of this X3. Here is the side view of this BMW X3. It does look pretty good from the side. It is a good size SUV, and it doesn't look too big and it doesn't look too small, and the inside has a ton of space. Anyways, it does have 8 inches of crown clearance. There is this brushed aluminum trim in the bottom. There is a fake vent right there. It is finished in brushed aluminum. And for the rims, they honestly look alright. Most of the X3s, they do come with those rims, so this is a popular rim. The size is 245, 50, 19, so the size is actually pretty good. There's a good amount of rubber, but I'm just not a big fan of the design of those rims. For the window trims, they are all finished in brushed aluminum, and I think if you get the M Sport trim, everything will be black right here on the side, if I'm not mistaken. On the mirror, there is a blind spot monitoring system and a turn signal indicator. The bottom portion of the mirror is finished in flat black, and on the roof there is a panoramic sunroof with some roof rails. Here is the back of this BMW X3, and the back looks pretty good. As I said, this X3 did not change, so this is a carryover even though it's a 2023. For the taillights, I love the way how they look like. They have this blacked out look. The taillights are a little bit on the bigger side. Not a big fan of them. The headlights have a really nice, small, perfect style and size, but the taillights, they are a little bit on the bigger side. Design looks pretty good, and everything right here in the back is LED, and that's expected from BMW. Here is the BMW badge, backup camera. Here is the wiper, and the spoiler looks actually pretty good on this X3. And the X3 badge is right here on the left, and the xDrive 30i is on the right. And if you guys are curious about what phone and what stabilizer I'm using, I am using the Smart X Pro stabilizer. It's seriously amazing, and it just makes filming very nice and easy, and makes the picture quality much better, and with less shaking, of course. And in the bottom there is parking sensors. Reflectors are a little bit on the bigger side, but they do have a nice style to them. There is some plastic in the bottom with some brushed aluminum, and the exhaust tips are connected to the exhaust pipe, and the exhaust tips finished in chrome, and they are actually a little bit on the bigger side. Here's a key of this BMW X3. It does look good, has a really nice weight to it, and does feel nice and solid. It is finished in flat black and brushed aluminum. It does have 4 buttons on it: unlock, lock, tailgate release, and a panic button. Let's go ahead and open the lift gate. It does open nice and quick, and up there is a button to close the lift gate and another button to close the lift gate and lock the SUV. Inside there is actually a very good amount of space, and the opening is very, very big. So I really like the opening or the way how the trunk is designed. So getting things in and out is super easy, and big things to actually fit in easily. Right here on the left there is a storage place, and there's an LED light right here. There is a 12-volt right here, a hook, and there's another LED light right here on the right. There's a privacy cover, and of course you could drop the seats down. And in the bottom there is a little bit of storage place. And let me go ahead and actually drop the seats down and show you the amount of space with the seats down. So I dropped the right seat down, and something that I really like about the seats is that you click the button and the seats actually go down by themselves, almost like powered seats. So let me go ahead and actually show you the left one. I did the right one, but let me show you the left one. So there's a button right here. Just pull it or push it, and the seats go down by themselves, which is of course nice, very convenient, and you could do it from here. I thought I had to go all the way around to click the button, but you could definitely reach the seats from the back. So with the seats down, there is definitely a ton of space, and the seats do go almost flat. But yeah, I'm very happy with the amount of space in the back of this X3. Here is the front door panel. The front door panel looks pretty good. This X3 has the beige interior, and I think it does look pretty good. Definitely brightens up the interior of this X3. This top portion right here is finished in black. It is nice and soft. I love this wood trim. Here is the ambient lighting, and the door handle feels a little bit on the lighter side. It is finished in brushed aluminum. Door locks, memory seats. I love the X, brushed aluminum, and all the window switches are automatic up and down, and auto folding mirrors. Here is the tailgate release, and the armrest is nice and soft. This is nice and soft, and this is hard. Here is a speaker. A ton of storage place in the bottom of this door. This is plastic, which is fine, and for the seats, they're nice and comfortable. And as I mentioned, it does have the beige interior. Anyways, here are the seat controls, lumbar support. It does have manual extension. But let's go ahead and move inside this X3, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2023 BMW X3. And the inside looks pretty good. I really like this 10.25 inch screen. There is a 12.3 inch cluster display, and the style overall inside looks pretty good. Steering wheel has an okay look to it, and the thickness of the ring overall is not too bad. There is some paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. They do feel nice and solid. And right here on the left there is the cruise controls, and on the right is the volume controls. A button right here to control the gauge screen, phone, voice command, and a few controls and volume controls. There's some brushed aluminum, the heated steering wheel button, and behind the steering wheel there is the turn signal controls and the high and low beam. And on the right there is the wiper controls for the front and back. And here is the screen. As I said, it is a 12.3 inch screen. The gauges change when you change the drive mode, so it is in comfort mode. This is sport, and this is eco. And with eco, the gauge does change a lot. Anyways, here is the vent. Vent looks okay, a little bit on the bigger side. Not a big fan of the plastic. Looks a little bit on the cheaper side. I love the brushed aluminum. That's how you block the air. And right here, this is the headlight controls, brightness controls, and the corner lights. And here is the 10.25 inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And here is the backup camera. Backup camera resolution is actually not too bad, and it is nice and clear, and it is nice and wide. And the system overall, it is nice and responsive. So going from one menu to another, it is nice and responsive. I really like this wood trim, and the vents look pretty good. I really like the brushed aluminum. There's brushed aluminum around the climate controls, and this X3 has tri-climate control. Here is the fan speed, temperature, modes. You could block the air this way. Here is the emergency light button. There's an LCD screen that displays the temperature, the fan speed. This button right here will bring you to the safety menu. You could turn off and turn on and turn off a few things. And the radio controls are down here. There's 8 presets: seek button, volume, mode, and band. I really like the gloss black. I think it's a nice touch. So there is the wood, brushed aluminum, gloss black, and this right here is actually nice and soft. I love the brushed aluminum. The glove box is nice and big, and I love this X3 right here. You could close this cover if you want to. This is actually very sturdy, which is good. This whole middle console is finished in gloss black. There is a wireless phone charger, 1 USB, 2 cup holders, and 1 12-volt. And here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission. And this wheel right here will control the screen. So you could click home. This will take you back home. You could rotate the wheel to go to wherever you want. There is map, media, home, navigation, back button. You could push it to the left, right, up, down. You could rotate it. And here is the shifter to put it in reverse. Push the button, move it to the front, move it to the back for drive, and slightly to the front for neutral. And there is a sport mode, plus and minus. You can control your gears if you want to. And there is the traction control, engine shut off, parking sensors. Here is the engine start stop, sport, comfort, eco, hill descent, brake hold, and e-brake. I like the flat black. I really don't mind this flat black. And there's the brushed aluminum, gloss black, as I said, and the armrest is nice and soft. Inside there is good amount of space with 1 USB Type-C and a light, and there's actually a small cubby back there for maybe some coins. And here is the rear view mirror. It does look alright. I really wish it was frameless, but it is a good size mirror. There is LED lights. There is individual buttons for only the reading lights. A switch to open this panoramic sunroof. SOS. Let's go ahead and open the panoramic sunroof. It is nice and big, and I love the fact that the sunroof is nice and big in this X3. It does actually open more, so if you click the button one more time, it does open more. And the visor is actually hard. Not a big fan of it. It is very small. The BMW X7 I reviewed, it was the same exact thing. So it was a very small visor with a small mirror. So the mirror in this X3 is super small, but there is a nice LED light. Here is the back door panel. The back door panel looks good, just like the front. This top portion right here is finished in black. It is nice and soft. It is that synthetic rubber material. I love this wood. I really like this brushed aluminum. Here is a tweeter. Here is a speaker right there. The door handle is very, very light. Not a big fan of that. I love the X back here. This is nice and soft. Here is a window switch. Automatic up and down. A ton of storage in the bottom of this door. This is plastic. But something that I really don't like about this X3 is the opening. So getting in and out is a little bit hard because it is a little bit tight. And I really wish that the door opened a little bit more. So this is the max it opens. I really wish it opened a little bit more. And inside there is a good amount of leg room. Headroom is actually pretty good. And here is the panoramic sunroof, and the seats are nice and comfortable. And this is actually very soft. So this is not plastic. A lot of companies cheap out and they make this piece plastic, but this is very nice and soft. You could adjust the recline with this handle right here, and to drop the seats down you have to basically pull on this handle. And by the way, I completely forgot, but there is some lights on the side, and there is the handle. Let's go ahead and show you the armrest. The armrest is a little bit on the harder side. It does have definitely some softness to it, but I really wish it was a little bit more soft. Cup holders, not a big fan of what BMW does. Not a big fan of the cup holders in BMWs. They definitely feel very cheap, very dated, very old school. There is storage place right here. The vents look alright back here. Not a big fan of them, a little bit on the cheaper side. 2 USB Type-Cs, a storage place right here. There's a climate control here, and that's how the front of this X3 looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2023 BMW X3. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see Brittany here at BMW of North Haven. And if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot.